Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Anna Cabeca, known as the girlfriend doctor, because you can ask or tell me anything. So excited to be with you. Catch me on this week's episode of the Jesse T Show.
Dr. Anna, welcome to the Jesse T Show.
Great to be here with you, Jesse. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
it's been amazing connection and just like how we've plugged in and started vibing a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like a couple of weeks after that, maybe not even, but maybe it might have been a week after our first call, I have like this beautiful care package show up to my house with all these goodies in it from you.
I know.
Right?
I'm so happy to send you that.
It was
So,
incredible, and there's so much that you're bringing not just value to me, but so many people around the world. And so many people are, being affected by, in a good way, the things that you're teaching and the things that you're role modeling. And I want to get into, exactly what those things are. But first, can you just give us like a high level overview of who you are?
yeah. So, I am a women's health expert, especially when it comes to sexual health and intimacy and hormone management. I trained as an OBGYN at Emory in Atlanta, Georgia, but I grew up really understanding food as medicine because I'm a first generation American and Middle Eastern background. And so I learned always, growing up hearing about you have to eat, olive oil to make you smart and this to, you know, get rid of the cold. And, the list went on. And I trained in solo practice in Southeast Georgia for 21 years in private practice as an OBGYN. And I just love helping people, but through my own journey, my own mess, my own physical health challenges, physical and mental health challenges. I don't think they can really be separated. So, physical and mental health challenges, I discovered a new way to really help people naturally as much as possible.
I love what we're about to talk about. I'm a big advocate on what you're talking about specifically, like, food is medicine, health is wealth. I mean, I preach that in my financial planning practice where, people love striving for goals and money, but without your health, it means nothing. And you
Right.
can't enjoy that life. If you want to have an abundant life, you have to have abundant health, and you have to have, longevity and anti-fragility and food is medicine and all these great things that I'm into. So I'm excited to go deep into all the cool stuff. So, just for some deeper kind of overview, talk a little bit about like how you've been able to deploy these mindset pieces in your practice, and are you still in practice to this day?
Yeah, so I've retired my clinical practice. So just, so I don't see one-on-one patients, but very high level. I consult with physicians and I teach and I educate and I do group classes in my online world. So I've moved to Dallas, Texas, where I'm raising my youngest child still. The others are grownish, if you know what I'm saying. So the others are grownish and out of the house. And my 13-year-old's home with me, and we have a couple horses and just keeping life busy this way. And I think that, I had to pivot early on in my career around 6 years ago into the online world exclusively pretty much because, part of my health journey, I burn out being a private solo practitioner in a small town, the very lengthy waiting list and high ideals that I could help everyone despite themselves. And I like what you say, Jesse. You said, wealth is abundance, right? Health is abundance, right? To be wealthy, you need your health. And there's a great proverb that says, when you have your health, you have 1,000 wishes, but when you don't have your health, you only have one,
Yes.
right? To have your health. And so I think that is just really key. And part of my journey, learning what I've learned as an OBGYN and working in women's health, is that most of the research that medical care is based on was done on men. And no more than one medication is studied in any individual at one time, yet we go without hesitation to write two, three prescriptions. And I've known people on as many as 11 prescriptions at one time, and it definitely is devastating to the body. So, that's been part of my journey and my story to kind of come full circle and really empowering us to heal our body naturally as much as possible. We still need our medical care and surgical care, but not to the degree that we may be getting it.
Yeah, it's incredible. I think and you may have seen this, further back than some people, but there seems to be a nice overall a consciousness awakening in so many levels and just the human kind of journey. And so whether that's spirituality, whether that's health and wellness, whether that's business and relationships, there seems to be this tipping point that's happened over the last few years where all these things are starting to converge and come together. And from my personal journey, I got into really health and wellness and what they call biohacking and like different augmentations that you can use to alter the body and really live an abundant life. And one of the main ones, I mean, the three main ones are rest, um moving your body, and nutrition. And usually rest and nutrition, and like moving your body is like such a small amount of it, but it needs to happen. And so I started really learning about what causes disease, and it took me back to inflammation, and it took me back to different foods that caused inflammation, and it took me to learning about my own gut biome and like what healthy probiotics were in me, what maybe not so great probiotics were in me, or things I needed to alter there, and then also the foods that I needed to eat and then stay away from. And so if we can we kind of dive into how important nutrition is and how important food as medicine can be for someone's life?
Oh my gosh. Yes. This is one of my favorite topics because one of the things that we, have to understand in medicine, we do, and in diet, and especially weight management for women. Like, I'm a menopausal woman, and this is my group, my demographics, hundreds of thousands of clients virtually in menopause have struggled with weight issues, right? And it's not just the weight issues that come in and of itself.